quarter was a big play because we lined up off sides. It's a game of, turnover margin. You get down to the red zone, we get a batted ball, they intercept it, take points off the board. And give Tulsa credit. It's a very explosive team, well coached. They got a lot of really good players. But proud of how our guys played, how we responded after getting up and getting down. We came back. We got to find a way to finish and win. That'll take questions.
What happened after getting out 31-0? What happened?
Well, we didn't have any anticipation we were going to shut Tulsa out. I mean, we kept talking to our guys on the sideline. Hey, this team's going to fight back. They're going to counterpunch. And they were able to run the ball, running the same plays we practiced against this week, running the same plays that they ran the first 4 series. They executed better than we did. We didn't tackle very well. I got to see the film to see where the gap fits weren't fitting. And then we let the ball get thrown over our head, a couple critical downs. We tried to switch a coverage, and we had a guy not see it on the 4th down. Again, you make a stop there, they don't score. I mean, there's half dozen plays that were critical in that ball game that it never gets to overtime. And, I don't want it to sound bad, but we caused a lot of them, and not taking anything away from Tulsa, but there are things within our control that we've got to fix.
Process all the emotions from being high, 31-0, then they come back, and you get another high when you retake the lead?
Well, I mean, it's college football nowadays. I mean, it's a wide open game. You play a team like that, they're very explosive. You got to stay even keeled as much as you can. I was extremely proud of the way our guys started this football game. We prepared as well as we have all year. And our guys executed really, really well in all 3 phases. I thought special teams did a tremendous job. Defensively really started out well, with some 3 and outs and get a takeaway. Our offense, took advantage of it. We had a big ball on offense. But, you get up to that lead, and we knew there was a long, long game left to go. And it's difficult, but I know this. Our guys have some grit, and our guys are ready to go 1-0 next week when we got to go on the road to start this conference. All our goals are still ahead of us, and our guys know that. And I love these guys, and they're going to fight next week.
You say so as tough as it would be for those guys to deal with the loss after being up by that much. Why do you say that they have grit? Why do you think they'll respond?
Did you see them come back after we were up and then down? Most teams, I hate to say it, but like Oregon was up 31 last year in a bowl game. But TCU had their backup quarterback in. They come storming back. They couldn't find a way to win. Our guys found a way to get back, take the lead. We let them get down there and kick a field goal. Had a chance in overtime. We get some stops on defense, make them kick the long field, and their kicker misses. We get a 3rd down play, and we bring a 0 blitz. We miss a tackle in the hole, and the quarterback scores. I mean, it's a game of inches in one-on-one situations, and they made too many of them. Our guys understand that, but our guys also know from how we played what we're capable of. Last week, I couldn't say that. Our guys this week know when we play, we can get after a really good football team. But we also know that when those little details aren't fine, we can also lose one.
And what were the emotions like in overtime that you guys had to turnover with them? They missed the field goal, kind of keeping you alive and stuff, and then the score, obviously.
I mean, it's just like any emotions. I mean, you're obviously excited when you stop them, you make them kick the long field goal, and it goes to the second overtime. When they score, you're disappointed. I mean, it's not something you wouldn't expect. But you got to take it in stride. You just say, hey, it's a temporary setback, and we got to go find a way to match it on offense. We weren't able to do that. We didn't protect the quarterback very well, and we got to get that fixed.
And you made your way through the second quarter with you guys having that 31-point lead. How did it feel at that point? Did you feel like the game was kind of in you guys' hands?
Not at all. That's why I mentioned earlier, we kept telling our guys, hey, they're going to counterpunch. It's a good football team. And we got to keep in the fight, We gave up some, big plays, which we knew they were capable of. and which they've demonstrated all year long. We've got to do a better job with that.
Why do you think the no huddle gave you guys such fits?
I don't know that it's the no huddle. I mean, it's the tempo of their offense. That's tough. I mean, you look at everybody they played. They put a lot of stress on teams. We've got to do a better job as coaches and get our guys ready to play quicker. But it's hard to assimilate that tempo in practice because they go as fast as anybody in the country. But what ends up happening is guys, when something happens and there's a mistake made on a team that huddles or takes their time, the defense has time to kind of process, hey, what happened? What do I got to fit right? They're right up on the ball hitting you again. And we knew that, and we practiced doing that. But when it's live, it's a little bit different. And guys have to really have some grit about them. I mean, there's a reason. I mean, you look at what Baylor's done. You look at what these guys have done all year. That offense is very, very difficult to defend.
Are you an angry coach after what happened? Is this an angry team? And if so, can that anger be used in a positive way?
I mean, I don't know how to describe my emotions. I'm ticked. I'm extremely disappointed. I know our team is, because our team knew we let one go through our hands, that we had a chance to win against a good football team. And when you lose those opportunities, you don't get them back. And so, yeah, you're ticked. I'm proud of the way our guys responded after last week. They did what we expected them to do. We expected to come back with a chip on our shoulders, and our guys did. But anytime you lose, especially when you have a lead, it's like ripping your guts out. And so it's obviously not very fun.
One more question.
To follow up on that, how do you think your guys will respond? Do you guys have any added preparation or different preparation like you did this week? Can you manage that next week? After going for a week where you guys prepare so hard, come up just short, and then now you got to go to the conference and kind of get the lead and keep your guys up here?
Absolutely. That's why we challenge our guys in the locker room afterwards. The reason we had a chance to win this ball game today was because of how we prepared, and our guys know that. And I told them, we're gonna crank it up again this week, starting tomorrow, and we've got to take one more step to be able to win those close games. And there's a process with teams with it's not an excuse, but it's the reality. We got a bunch of young players. You got a redshirt freshman quarterback. We got some young players that are playing that sometimes make mental mistakes, and we got to coach them up. But there's a process between competing, getting close, and finding a way to finish. And we're close right now. We got to find a way to finish.
So there's a sense of encouragement instead of discouragement?
Yeah, there's no discouragement in that team. I'm ticked that we lost the game, but I know our guys are encouraged that we can play with anybody in this conference when we play the way we're capable of playing. And part of that is allowing yourself mentally to believe you can play with anybody. And I think that's what we had in that first half. But there was times in the second half where we got punched in the nose. We didn't respond quickly enough. And we got to do a better job at that. But, I mean, it was a tremendous college football game. I mean, it was back and forth. And, right now we weren't, mature enough to get it done. Give them credit. They got a senior quarterback that found ways to get it done. And, I'll give Coach Montgomery and his staff, their players, credit. But our guys are capable of that, and we're going to get there in a hurry. And there's no discouragement. Our guys are encouraged to go on the road and fight for a conference championship.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Yes.
Quarterback Chasey Virgil. Questions?
Jason, can you take us through the second overtime possession?
I can't remember the exact plays, but I think first down we ended up with a sack, and so we just tried to bounce back on second and third down. And when it came to the fourth down play, it was just really at that point just trying to make a play, just try to give one of our guys a chance. Couldn't throw the ball away, so just try to give one of our guys a chance. But we didn't execute like we had been doing the whole game.
How does that affect, the whole drive when you started off?
The sack really doesn't affect us. I mean, obviously we moved backwards, but you know we've overcome things before, and so that wasn't on our mind. You know, we felt like we can overcome that as well.
Jason, how would you describe the general feeling in the locker room?
It was a pissed off feeling from everybody because we know we should have won that game, and you know we just let it slip right away from us, and so it's a pissed off feeling from guys in the locker room, but it's a feeling that we need to have. You know, guys are gonna come back tomorrow ready to go.
Is it still, I presume, a better feeling than last week?
Definitely. I think last week it was I can't even describe last week's feeling, but this week it's more so it's a pissed off feeling because we lost, but we know what we're good at. We know how capable we are to be really good, and so today I think we showed that in front of the Red Wave. We should have came out with a win, but we know how good we can be, and so you know we just got to work harder, and that's what we plan to do.
How important is it to really believe or buy into you guys can be 1-0 next week against UNLV?
It's very important. I mean, if we have guys on the team that's not believing in that, then we won't achieve it. You know, I think everybody on the team believes that, you know, all our goals are still ahead of us. You know, these games that we're going to play in this upcoming part of the season, you know, they're very important to us. We know how important they are. And so, you know, we just got to keep believing in ourselves and keep believing in the coaches and things like that, and we'll be fine.
When you guys went up 31-0, did you guys let off the gas a little bit, do you think, or what really changed?
I wouldn't necessarily say let off the gas, but our energy just kind of died down for whatever reason, and you know we just had to stay focused a little bit. But you know we were still calling plays to go out there and try to execute and still put points on the board. It wasn't like we were just trying to be conservative or anything. No, we were still being really aggressive. You know, we just got to execute.
Follow-ups? One more, Jason. What was it like up there for your decision-making, specifically using your legs, and then late in the fourth, running down the sideline on the left side, looked like you were going to absorb a hit, obviously, given the streak, what you made it to do to stay healthy, and be able to use your legs and run, read option a little bit more. How would you say you felt out there?
I felt good. You know, my body feels good. You know, I just tried to do what I have to do to help the team out, put us in a position to win, and so it really wasn't gonna matter whether my body felt good or not. You know, I was still gonna fight for those guys. I love those guys, and so you know, just being able to run a little bit more today, I think it helped us offensively, and so just got to find ways to keep doing that.
All right, thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Senior linebacker Jeff Chameleon. Any questions?
Dennis, you're still in uniform there with your shoulder pads on. Does that give us any insight into your current state of mind, or just take it off?
Just didn't feel like taking it off yet. You know, tough loss. I was just talking to people, and yeah, just tough loss.
Would you describe yourself as angry, kind of frustrated, disappointed, or one sort or the other?
You know, I'd just say all the above. I mean, that was a frustrating game. You know, I'm frustrated with the way I played, but then again, I mean, there's negatives and positives. You know, we fought so hard out there, and you know, I'd hope everyone saw that. I mean, everyone put their bodies on the line for everybody out there, and that was crazy to see. You know, I've never been with a team that fought that hard before. You know, I love those guys, and I think tonight was a huge step for us. You know, when we can beat a good team like that.
What was the feeling on the sideline, like first quarter into the second, especially on defense, when you were hitting guys and sacking the quarterback and forcing those punts? What were you guys feeling at that point?
Well, I mean, obviously, you know, we were super hyped up. I mean, we were dominating the game. You know, we were straight dominating, and but you know, they're a really good football team. You know, their players are on scholarships too. Their coaches are getting paid too, and you know, so they just made adjustments. You know.
Jeff, would you have imagined when you guys were up 31-0 that it would also winning the game?
Well, if I was imagining that, then I got a terrible mindset going into a game. So no, I was not imagining that.
A lot of talk was made about the different kind of preparation or extra preparation, obviously coming off Toledo, you guys hit it right off the bat on Sunday. What was this week like for you, preparing for this game, and obviously, especially defensively, showing
Well, we were flying around during during practice, and we were holding each other accountable. Which was something we haven't been doing, and that's just something we got to continue doing, no matter how sore we are, how bad you're hurting. We really got to keep pushing during practice because obviously that made a huge difference. It was faster, I would say. Yeah, it was. Well, pretty tired, and puking before, so yeah, I was pretty gassed. Everyone looked pretty exhausted, So, but we put everything we had on there. So.
Jeff, you talking about hoping everyone saw how hard you guys played. Is it ultimately a more positive kind of feeling from this game than a negative one?
Yeah, I bet it will tomorrow, or the next day. But right now it's hurting, and I hope that's how everyone's feeling right now. And they shouldn't see positive out of this just yet. And but once we get back to work tomorrow, and we watch film, and we'll take the good from the bad,
Last question?
Do you think of the preparation for this game, the way you guys had more contact in practice, that was kind of contributed that to your fast start on defense, the way you were flying around and everything?
Yeah, going into contact and that, and it was just we were the speed of practice. We cut back on the amount of plays we were running. We were trying to fit everything perfect. It was perfect. Plays over, get up and run back to the ball. We had to do that. So speed of practice definitely helped.